Today is very much about looking forward towards a new era in the regulation of the processing of personal data. Policymakers and lawmakers in Ireland and Europe have long been concerned to upgrade and modernise the data protection laws that, as you know, date back to the 1990s, to take account of the realities of new technologies in electronic communications, but also to reflect the status of the right to data privacy that's enshrined in Article 8 of the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights. So after many years of negotiation, the General Data Protection Regulation, the GDPR, was finally concluded in May 2016, and it's scheduled for implementation from May 2018. The GDPR introduces key new rights for individuals in order to allow them better control the uses of their personal data, and imposes then corresponding obligations on organisations which collect data. All of this is backed up, importantly from my point of view, by a new suite of enforcement powers for data protection authorities, including an ability to administer significant monetary fines on organisations that contravene the law. This means that it's time for businesses, big and small across all sectors, to start preparing for the GDPR now, because it really can't be business as usual any longer.
I came back from Davos last week, having spoken to quite a number of international companies. And I want to say to you, in complimenting you, that the Irish regulator, through you and your staff, have a very high reputation in terms of the way you deal with business, in the way that you're able to tackle their problems, and in the integrity and the reputation that you're building for this country. You're an independent person with your office, Helen, but I want to say that to you. It was brought to my attention by chief executives of several very major international and global companies, and that's the kind of reaction that's very important to hear. And it's also important for you to know that government will continue to resource and support the independence of the data protection regulator here in Ireland.
We will have one set of law across all 28 member states, and that will allow Indigenous Irish businesses to deal with one regulator where they do business around our continent, and equally, of course, for foreign multinational companies that come into our country and establish themselves and deem that Ireland is their centre, that they will then only deal with the data protection regulator here in this country. This is the concept of a one-stop shop, and that's why we are so committed at government level to ensuring that Helen's office is adequately resourced.
Enjoyed this video? Click here for more news from siliconrepublic.com or follow us on social media.